Bugatti didn't think that we were going to be able to separate this car in half.
Can't do that in a garage. There's just a few places in the world with the right equipment to be able to do that.
And put it back together. So far on the Bugatti, the only thing that we've actually needed to repair is
a wrecked $4 million hypercar, a locked factory, and a YouTuber who was told, "You can't fix that." Inside a cold workshop in northern England, a damaged Bugatti Chiron Pur Sport sits stripped down to its bones.
And today, we've got a bit more to do on this Bugatti. When we get back, they are damaged already, we just don't want to cause any more damage.
While its maker, Bugatti, quietly tries to keep it untouched. But Mat Armstrong isn't waiting for permission. What follows isn't just a rebuild, it's a direct challenge to the idea of who really owns a hypercar once it leaves the factory. The crash that started a war. Let us start where this entire saga began, with a content creator named Alex Gonzalez, known online as FXAlexGYT, and one of the rarest Bugatti hypercars ever built. Gonzalez is part of a new generation of automotive content creators. Mid-20s, massive social media following, lives loud, films everything, owns cars most people will never see in person. The Bugatti Chiron Pur Sport was the crown jewel of his collection. Let me give you context on what a Chiron Pur Sport actually is. Bugatti produced just 60 examples of this specific variant. That is 60 total, making it one of the rarest production Chirons ever built. Each one originally sold for approximately $3.55 million before taxes, options, and import duties brought the real-world price tag well over $4 million per unit. The Pur Sport was Bugatti's track-focused interpretation of the Chiron: shorter gearing, fixed rear wing, lightweight magnesium wheels, recalibrated suspension. It was designed to be driven hard. It was designed for the kind of person who actually wanted to push the limits of a Bugatti. And then, in 2023, Gonzalez did exactly that. The crash happened during a content shoot.
If you guys don't know, yes, the Bugatti has been crashed. I'm going to try and disclose as much information as I can.
Reports from the automotive community indicate it was during a high-speed maneuver that went wrong. The exact details have been disputed across various platforms, but the result was unambiguous. The car went off the road. The front end hit hard. The damage was catastrophic. Bugatti was notified immediately. The brand takes care of its customers, at least the ones who can afford its prices. And a senior Bugatti expert was flown in from Europe to assess the wreck. The expert spent hours examining the damage. The report came back with a single, devastating verdict. Total write-off, salvage title, beyond economical repair. The insurance company processed the claim. The car was condemned to the wreck yard. It ended up at a Copart auction where written-off vehicles go to be sold for parts or scrap. Most owners at this point would have walked away, taken the insurance payout, moved on, bought another Bugatti if they could afford it. Gonzalez did not walk away. Instead, he did something almost unprecedented in the hypercar world. He bid on his own wrecked Bugatti at the Copart auction.
Yeah, now all of this comes to a stop now, because we've actually got to repair it.
And he won for a reported price of approximately $1.9 million. He paid nearly $2 million to repurchase a car that he had originally bought, then totaled, and that his own brand's manufacturer had declared dead. Why? Because Gonzalez had a plan that was bigger than the crash. He was not going to let a Bugatti die. He was going to bring it back, and he was going to film every minute of the resurrection. There is also a content economics angle worth understanding here. For a creator at Gonzalez's level, with hundreds of thousands of followers across YouTube and Instagram, owning a Bugatti is not just a personal trophy. It is a content engine. Every drive, every meet, every collaboration generates views, sponsorships, and ad revenue. A totaled Bugatti is not just an emotional loss. It is the loss of an asset that could generate income for years. Rebuilding it on camera in partnership with another major creator like Mat Armstrong was potentially more valuable as a content series than the original undamaged car would have been as a daily driver. The crash, in a strange way, had unlocked an even bigger opportunity, if Mat was willing to take it on. There was only one man in the world he wanted leading the rebuild. The call that changed everything. To understand why Alex Gonzalez called Mat Armstrong instead of any other shop in the world, you have to understand what Mat has built. Mat Armstrong is a British YouTuber from Hull, England. He is in his early 30s. He looks like an ordinary guy, soft-spoken, methodical, the kind of person you would walk past in a coffee shop without a second glance. And yet his YouTube channel has over 5 million subscribers. His videos routinely cross 5 to 10 million views each, and his subscriber base includes some of the most influential figures in the global automotive community. Mat did not become famous by being a billionaire or a racing driver or an industry insider. He became famous by doing something almost nobody else was willing to do. He started buying crashed, totaled, written-off exotic cars at salvage auctions. Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, the kind of cars whose owners had given up on them, and rebuilding them himself, in a workshop, on camera, from scratch. His track record is remarkable. He has rebuilt a wrecked Lamborghini Aventador SVJ.
I bought a non-running, crash-damaged Lamborghini SVJ Roadster. And it's on the back left side, even though we repaired it.
One of the most aggressive supercars Lamborghini ever produced. He has resurrected multiple Ferrari builds that other shops had refused to touch. He has worked on McLaren projects that required hand-fabricating parts the company would not supply. Every project gets documented from beginning to end. Every challenge, every setback, every breakthrough, filmed and uploaded to millions of viewers. This is not a hobby for Mat. This is a serious operation with skilled technicians, a properly equipped workshop, and a deep network of independent automotive specialists who can manufacture or modify almost any part a project requires. When Mat takes on a build, he is not just one man with a wrench. He is the public face of an experienced team that has resurrected more written-off exotic cars than most main dealers have ever serviced. That is why Gonzalez called him. The deal between Gonzalez and Mat was simple. Gonzalez would supply the car and the parts budget. Mat would lead the rebuild in his workshop on camera. The entire series would be uploaded to YouTube as one of the most ambitious automotive resurrection projects ever attempted. The financial details have not been fully disclosed, but industry observers estimate the project required well over $1 million in parts alone, bringing the total invested in the car well above $5 million by the time everything was accounted for. Mat said yes, and then he started buying parts. That is the moment everything changed. Because the second Mat tried to source genuine Bugatti components for the rebuild, he discovered that Bugatti had no intention of letting this project happen. Inside Bugatti's wall of control. Here is where the story shifts from a feel-good rebuild into something darker, something that exposed exactly how legacy hypercar brands view independent creators. Mat reached out to Bugatti dealerships across Europe. He ordered parts the way any registered repair shop would. The responses came back identical from every dealership in every country. They were not going to sell him parts. The car's VIN had been locked in Bugatti's internal system. Anyone who tried to order parts for this specific chassis was immediately flagged and declined. This was not a paperwork error. This was deliberate, coordinated, brand-level policy. Bugatti operates only 53 authorized dealerships globally in Dubai, Monaco, London, New York, Tokyo, Shanghai. Each one bound by strict factory agreements that grant Molsheim total veto power over which chassis numbers receive support. When the VIN lock was activated, Mat was not just blocked from one dealership. He was blocked from every Bugatti point of contact on the planet, simultaneously with a single database update. Then Bugatti's CEO went public. Mat Rimac, the Croatian billionaire who took control of Bugatti in July 2021,
Rimac makes multi-million-dollar supercars under the Bugatti and Rimac names,
personally appeared on social media. His position was built around three arguments. First, Rimac argued the Chiron is one of the most complex production cars ever built. With its 1,500 horsepower quad-turbocharged W16 and electronic management running at speeds approaching 261 miles per hour, factory-certified knowledge is required. A reassembly mistake at top speed could kill the driver. Second, Rimac pushed back on the idea that critical parts could be 3D printed or aftermarket fabricated. Certain components, he stated publicly, simply cannot be manufactured outside Bugatti's certified supply chain. Third, Rimac framed it as safety liability. He offered to bring the car to Molsheim, France for a complete factory rebuild. Quoted cost, approximately $1.7 million. The implicit message, only Bugatti can touch a Bugatti. The creator community split violently. One camp sided with Bugatti. The engineering really is that complex. The safety stakes really are that high. The other camp saw a legacy brand using market power to control what owners did with cars they legally purchased. The comparison that came up repeatedly was right-to-repair battles. John Deere's 2023 agreement giving farmers expanded repair access. Apple's 2022 self-service repair launch. The EU's 2024 right-to-repair legislation. The debate raged across social media for months, and in the middle of it, Mat Armstrong kept working. There is something about the timing very few have addressed publicly. The VIN lock did not happen by accident. It was activated through a deliberate executive-level decision at the exact moment Bugatti realized this rebuild would receive massive global coverage. The brand had every opportunity to engage with Mat constructively, to offer technical guidance, to set conditions for cooperation, to negotiate. Instead, they chose escalation. That choice tells you everything about how Bugatti's leadership viewed this project, not as a partnership opportunity, not as a marketing event, as a threat to be neutralized. The impossible Bugatti rebuild. Here is what makes this story genuinely remarkable. When Bugatti slammed the door on official parts, Mat did not give up. He did not pivot to a different project. He did not publicly attack Bugatti or burn the relationship beyond repair. He just got to work. And what his team accomplished over the following months redefined what an independent workshop is capable of. First came the parts problem. Without access to genuine Bugatti components, Mat's team had to source replacements through three main strategies. They CNC machined components from raw billet materials, milling brake mounts, bracketry, and structural elements from solid blocks of aerospace-grade aluminum using computer-controlled precision equipment. They 3D scanned damaged original parts to recreate them digitally, then fabricated replacements through a combination of additive manufacturing and traditional machining. And where neither approach worked, they reached out to independent specialists who could build custom solutions. The exhaust system became one of the most visible examples of this approach. Valvetronic, a respected aftermarket exhaust manufacturer, stepped in to build a complete custom exhaust system for the Chiron. This was not a bolt-on replacement. This was a fully bespoke engineering project designed to handle the temperatures and pressures of a quad-turbocharged W16 producing over 1,500 horsepower. The system that Valvetronic produced was, by every measure, the equal of what Bugatti would have installed in Molsheim. There were moments of pure improvisation that became fan favorites in Mat's video series. At one point, the team needed to replace a coolant overflow pipe.
You want more information on how to service this and how to change the oil pickup pipe.
A small, technically demanding piece that had been damaged in the crash. With no official Bugatti part available, they fabricated a working replacement using a section of rigid brake hose. It looked rough on camera. It was, in fact, mechanically sound and functionally identical to the original. Critics seized on the moment as proof that Mat was working outside acceptable engineering standards. Supporters pointed to it as proof that independent workshops could solve problems Bugatti claimed were impossible to solve outside of Molsheim. Then came the moment that defined the entire project. After months of work, after countless setbacks, after public attacks from Bugatti's CEO, Mat's team finally completed enough of the rebuild to attempt a startup. The quad-turbo W16 engine, the same 1,500 horsepower power plant that had powered the original Pur Sport off the production line, was reassembled, reinstalled, and connected to all of its supporting systems. The team held their breath. Mat turned the key. The engine fired, idled, settled into the deep, rumbling pulse that defines a running Bugatti W16. It was a moment of genuine triumph captured on camera, a car that Bugatti had officially declared dead, a car that the brand had publicly opposed bringing back to life, a car that, by every official metric, should have been impossible to rebuild outside of the Molsheim factory. And it was running, in a workshop in England, without a single official Bugatti certification touching it. The video of that moment crossed millions of views within days. The series as a whole became one of the most watched automotive content arcs in YouTube history. The numbers were staggering, sustained engagement, comment sections crossing tens of thousands of responses, automotive media outlets covering every update. Mat had taken Bugatti's biggest weapon, institutional control, and turned it into the most viral marketing campaign he had ever produced. And Bugatti could not stop it. Hypercar control crisis. Let me step back and explain why this saga matters far beyond one rebuilt Bugatti. The conflict between Mat Armstrong and Bugatti is not really about a single car. It is about a much larger question the hypercar industry has been avoiding for years. Who actually owns the cars you legally purchase? In law, the answer is obvious. You own it. The title is in your name. You paid for it. In practice, the modern hypercar industry has built an entirely different reality. Through software locks, VIN restrictions, proprietary diagnostic systems, and parts monopolies, brands like Bugatti have engineered an environment where the manufacturer retains effective control over your car long after the sale closes. This is the same battle being fought across dozens of industries. American farmers fought John Deere when the company used software locks to prevent independent repairs of tractors costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. A fight that led to a landmark January 2023 agreement giving farmers expanded repair access. Phone users fought Apple for over a decade until the company finally launched its self-service repair program in 2022, releasing genuine parts and manuals to independent shops. The European Union passed sweeping right-to-repair legislation in 2024, requiring manufacturers to make spare parts available for years after a product's release. In every one of those battles, the underlying issue was identical. Manufacturers wanted to control the entire life cycle. Owners wanted the right to maintain what they had paid for. The hypercar industry has been almost completely untouched by this debate. Until now. Every YouTube creator working on exotic cars is watching the Bugatti situation. If Bugatti's strategy works, if VIN locks, public pressure campaigns, and parts monopolies successfully kill independent rebuild projects, then every legacy hypercar brand will adopt the same playbook. Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, Pagani, Koenigsegg, all of them will follow. The era of independent exotic car content on YouTube will face an existential threat. But if Mat wins, if the rebuilt Chiron gets registered for road use and performs at original specifications, then the entire premise of brand-controlled servicing collapses. Right-to-repair legislation will have a powerful new case study to point to. There is also the mate Rimac problem. Rimac is not just running Bugatti, he is also still running Rimac Automobili. He depends on the same creator community he is now alienating. Mat Armstrong's audience and the broader exotic car YouTube ecosystem are not enemies of the hypercar industry. They are its most effective free marketing engine. By going to war with one of the largest creators in that ecosystem, Rimac is taking a risk that could cost Bugatti far more in long-term brand goodwill than it gains in short-term control. Where this story goes next depends on factors still unfolding. Whether Mat's rebuilt Chiron passes road registration, whether the car holds up over years of use, whether other brands learn from Bugatti's playbook or distance themselves from it. What is already certain is this: the wall Bugatti built was never really about safety. It was about control. And Mat Armstrong, working out of a workshop in England, just proved that Wall is not as solid as Bugatti needed it to be. The engine is running again, and so is the debate Bugatti never wanted. Because once a $4 million Bugatti Chiron Pur Sport can be rebuilt outside the factory, the question is no longer about damage or repair. It's about control. And now every hypercar owner is thinking the same thing. What else are they not supposed to fix on their own? If you want to follow where this fight goes next, stay with the channel.